What's up everybody, Kinetic here, and welcome to an interesting side-by-side comparison and sort of versus between two of the up-and-coming Titan size in terms of hype MMORPGs, which are actually much more like ARPGs, and of course that's why I'm talking about them here. And of course, the two titans that I'm referring to is none other than Lineage Eternal and Lost Ark, both of which have been making their way along the tracks on the hype train for some months now. Lineage Eternal, I believe, debuted earlier with its amazing looking graphics using the Unreal Engine, and then later came the Lost Ark trailers, which also showed incredible looking graphics. And we have since seen a little bit of details here and there as far as like what's available in the game, what the timeline may be, but most importantly, and I know this is one of the first questions you guys are gonna ask, is this game, or are these games I should say, coming over to the West? And I can confirm yes. In both cases, both for Lineage Eternal and for Lost Ark, they both have confirmed that they are very interested in doing Western releases. And I would say that's pretty much as close to a confirmation as we are going to get, and I would say that since both games have actually released additional trailers with English subtitles on their channels or on their publishers' channels, I'd say that it's a very strong kind of hint that they are in fact going to try their best to bring these games over to the West. In fact, Lineage Eternal has specifically come out and said that they are aiming for a global simultaneous release for Lineage Eternal, which is supposed to take place, I believe, sometime this year. In fact, one of the most recent news bits that we have heard about Lineage Eternal is that they've begun, or they are going to start doing, some small focus group tests here in June. No other details other than that, and we haven't heard really anything from Lost Ark for a while, but both of those games are expected to at least be in their beta phases in Korea this year. What else do we know about these games? Well, we both know that they are very Diablo style kind of looking with the camera angle, the action, but it's much more of an MMORPG experience, as we have open world activities, interactive environments. You're going to see lots of other characters running around doing a bunch of things, for example gathering, crafting, maybe fighting mini bosses out on the fields, things like that. Really awesome looking action that is going to create that social environment that I think a lot of ARPGs up to this point really have been missing. Now, some people may diss the idea of these games being MMORPGs, but I'm holding judgment until these games officially come out, and if anything, it looks to me like in both cases for Lineage Eternal and Lost Ark, it's not just a gimmick that they're putting these games out as MMORPGs, but they're actually taking the most advantage that they can out of these games being MMORPGs by providing even more grand features for example, exploration, dungeon crawling in groups, raiding in groups. It's really fantastic what these games are shaping up to be. Along with open world exploration, both of these games are going to feature a large number of classes to choose from. In fact, I believe it's Lost Ark that has stated that they're going to have 18 classes to choose from around launch time or over the course of the game's release. That's pretty damn exciting right there. One of the things that some people have kind of noticed is that there doesn't seem to be representation of both a male and female version. In other words, gender locking may be an issue with these games, but I have not seen any evidence that confirms that these are in fact going to be gender locked classes, and so kind of like I was saying before, I'm holding judgment, and we will see as we get closer to an actual release whether these will have gender locked classes or not. After all, Black Desert Online kinda was showing similar signs as they were coming out with their classes, and then it seemed like that game was going to have gender locked classes, but now we're seeing that, for example, the most recent class, the Wizard, and the Witch, the same class, male and female versions. Both games have some really interesting, like, next-gen kind of features that you would expect from a more advanced 21st century ARPG. For example, Lineage Eternal has a really interesting click and drag system with the mouse, which is also supposed to work hand in hand with, for example, smart pad devices where you would be able to drag with your finger and create shapes, and then your character will react and perform skills based on those actions with your finger or mouse. Lost Ark also has some really advanced looking things going for it as well, it seems. One of the things that stood out to me early on when I first looked at the trailer was the dynamic camera angles that are panning, zooming, and just giving you really interesting and cinematic views of all sorts of different things that are happening. From small events where you're interacting with NPCs to the big boss fights in these really fantastic looking dungeons, open world bosses. The camera has a great way of just kind of fitting in and blending with the action that doesn't feel entirely jarring, but also definitely draws you in and creates a much more interesting perspective on the events that are taking place. I could probably sit here for another 30 plus minutes rambling about both of these games, but I think that you guys should go and check out the trailers for yourself. On the left hand side you can find the Lineage Eternal trailer, click on that and that will take you to that trailer. On the right hand side we've got the Lost Ark trailer, click on that and it will take you to that trailer, both of which have English subtitles, that way you can better understand what is happening in these trailers and what to expect from the game. If you cannot actually click on the screen to select either one of these, check the description of this video for links to these videos, and of course right on my channel you'll be able to see from the videos. Both of these trailers are available there as well. I want to know what you guys think in the comment section below. Leave me your thoughts in this video and of course on either one of the trailers as far as what stands out to you as what's most interesting, maybe what is a weakness to you. I think I can barely find any weaknesses myself personally to either one of these. They're both looking very, very awesome already, and they haven't even gone out into a closed beta phase. So hype train full speed ahead. I am definitely on board. You can expect to see gameplay and other news about both of these games as soon as I have access to that type of stuff right here on my channel. Click the like button to support these Lineage Eternal and Lost Ark videos here on my channel, and make sure that you're subscribed so you don't miss the next video. Thanks again for watching. My name is Kinetic, and I'll see you next time.